Electricity is an essential energy we cannot live without. Computers, phones, countless electronics we use every day are driven by it. Needless to mention the electric cars and subways we are taking every day. As an electronic enthusiast, I like to keep my cameras, mobile phones, and other products maintained in good battery state. I'm also a person who enjoys driving and living in my car. Electricity ensures my basic needs. If what I have is a hybrid or pure electric car that can output electricity, then everything I've mentioned won't be an issue. But I am actually driving a traditional car which is powered by gasoline. And since it is too expensive to buy a new car, an outdoor power station might be a much better choice. And this is what we're gonna talk about in today's video, the DJI Power 1000. One kilowatt-hour capacity, lithium iron phosphate battery, 13 kg weight. It is definitely not a light device to carry, but the handle on both sides are very helpful. Not a small in size, but it's a square shape one with a lot of space when placing it in the trunk. The interfaces and monitor are located at the front side. 2 AC outputs, 2 USB-A port, 2 Type-C port, 1 SDC and 1 SDC lit, and last, an AC powered input. These are all it has. Every information about this power station is displaying on this monitor, simple and clear. Before we start charging anything, of course we need to charge this big guy first. There are 3 ways to recharge Power 1000. One is directly charging by AC interface. Second, charge by cigarette lighter interface. Third, utilize the solar energy. Charging by AC power is the simplest and fastest way. Turn the charging efficiency to a maximum of 1200 watt. It takes approximately 68 minutes to charge from 0 to 100%. That is really fast. It can be charged a lot even in a very short time before you go out. When I stand in indoor, it can still help me with something. We can use it as a UPS. Given the desktop computers and Mac Mini, which doesn't have built-in battery and power insurance. As mentioned in the introduction, as a UPS, the power switching speed is 20 milliseconds. But it's hard to see the difference from the numbers, so I fetched some devices in our office to try. A big lamp, no problem. Computer, no problem. NAS, no problem. Moreover, it is so quiet when it's under charging. You won't hear it even if it's just beside of you. If you want to charge it by the cigarette lighter interface, it will start as soon as the car is started. But you need an adapter cable, which won't be a cheap item. And the efficiency is much lower, which will be maintained at 90 watt of input power. It will take more than 10 hours to fully charge the battery. So for the person like me who's driving for a couple of hours daily, charging in car is not an ideal solution. Then it is charging it by solar energy. A 120-watt solar panel would cost you hundreds of dollars. Place it under the sunlight, the efficiency could up to 9 watt. But if you move to another place with better weather, the efficiency will raise up to 80 watt. And you can of course buy more panels, but I think this is more suitable for more extreme camping and adventure players, not for me who doesn't have much penny in my pocket. So I choose to combine the first 2 charging methods so that I can keep it staying in charge during my traveling time. To turn it on, you need to press and hold the button for a few seconds, then you can start using it. The button is located on the edge where crafted with a certain angle. I think I need to remind you that there is still a chance that it will be accidentally activated by stuffs in the crowded trunk. Fortunately, even if it is accidentally turned on, it will automatically shut down if there's nothing plugged in. If it is designed the same way like DJI drone, which need 2 times the press and hold, it will be no longer a problem. I am accustomed to placing it next to the table when I'm using it, which is like having an extra small table. So I can put some stuffs on it, or put myself on it. It has incredible weight-bearing capability. In order to protect the battery inside, the outer shell has been reinforced. So even if there will be no issue at all. Use it to make a simple meal is very easy. Rice cookers, water kettles, and a small cooking pot will not exceed the 2200 watt limitation when operating individually. But if I want to prepare a meal for a group of people, then it is not really possible. The rice cooker will consume 0.25 kWh electricity, the cooking pot will consume 0.2 kWh, so the battery capacity is far away from enough to achieve that. If you want to plug in multiple AC devices at once, you must have a patch panel, because the AC power socket on it is indeed a bit less. If you have a camera charger with a plug like this, then it will be occupying a lot of space a long time. But these two Type-C ports is up to 140 watt, so you can still have a fast charging as long as the protocol is supported. One thing that I don't really satisfy with it is the missing of cigarette lighter interface. Maybe they think there's no space to fit it, but we still have some devices which are designed to adapt the cigarette lighter interface on car, like air pump and incubator. If we want to use them, we need to buy an SDC to car charging socket power cable. When the weather is cold, an electric blanket is the simplest and the most efficient solution if you want to have a good sleep in your car. And whether it's charging or outputting, the fan won't generate much noise which will bother you during your sleep. Set a moderate energy mode on electric blanket requires about 50 watt. If you want to keep using it for the whole night, make sure there are at least 40% battery left. Another issue arises when you need some remote control. Because there's no app, so you don't have a tool to operate it remotely, like if I want to turn on the blanket in advance, or for some reason I want to stop the charging when I'm not around the power station. And moreover, updating can only be done by connecting to a computer and downloading firmware. Something a little bit surprising is that you cannot touch some accessories through this 2¼ screw interface. Most of the time, it is just set there and I'm putting its power. I would never notice it unless I have to move it. 13 kg of weight, the longer it takes to move, the more you can feel its weight. So you probably need a small camping car to help you out. It is hard to say that a power station is something you must have. In most of the trips we go, I'll find a place with water, electricity, and hotels. And for those who consider their cars as homes, there are some other power supply solutions, such as onboard battery which can generate more electricity while the car is running. Or alternatively, choose an electric car instead. For my current situation, I don't want to put an extra onboard battery in my gasoline car, so this can be considered as an acceptable and safe solution. It is movable, it is not dependent on car, and it allows you to use electronics freely in the outdoor. As for the SDC, which can charge the DJI drones, let's take the Mini 3 Pro as the example. You probably don't need to charge it unless you can finish all these 5 batteries. Besides, the Mini 3 Pro is not yet supported the protocol. So is this SDC charging method practical? Well, that depends on which drone you are flying. So is it worth buying? For average consumers who's not a tech fan, the good image of DJI is one of the reasons for them to choose Power 1000. Many of its products made with good and solid quality, so we can deploy the devices with confidence. Unlike for professional outdoor filming, power station is not very important to my car camping life. It is more like a dessert. Without it, I can still enjoy my camping life. And with it, it gives me more confidence and make my tour easier. I don't need to worry about batteries of cameras and drones. I can also cook some meals when the fire is not allowed in my camping spot. Using it to power my electric blankets or small fans at night can improve my sleeping quality. Although I really want a remote control app, a cigarette lighter interface, but as for now, the interface on Power 1000 is simple and neat. It is indicating what it does and is pretty solid to use. 1 kWh of electricity with 3,499 yuan of price, I think it is a worth buying product. DJI Power 1000, TESTV gave 7.75 subjective overall scores. By the way, I heard that DJI has left some rooms for the future modular expansion. So far, there isn't any upgrades, but I'll be expecting it because maybe I will see the things I want on it next time.